The following tutorial is brought to you by WholeLoops.com.
It's production time. I'm Reid Stefan, realist puppet in the game. Today, we're making hip-hop beats quickly from scratch. So the first thing that we're going to do is load up a synth. And I'm not trying to design a synth from scratch. I'm trying to just hit the next button until I hear something that excites me, and then maybe hone it in just a little bit more to optimize it for a hip-hop beat. I'm going to open up Kontakt. I'm a huge fan of this Get Low pack. Inside the plucks, there's some real nice stuff. There's one I've been using a lot called Disco. Super clean, perfect for hip-hop beats, non-intrusive because there will be space for a vocal. The only thing I don't like about it is maybe the attack is a little bit sharp. But we could just take that off like this. And I don't want it to be... I'm not going to be playing any chords, so I'm going to actually turn mono on. I don't know, and I just kind of like that. So this is going to be our sound, and the first thing that we're going to do is play an ARP. And off we go. They hit that auto capture button because what it just did was drop in a beautiful clip based off of what I just did. I actually wanted that one to be a little bit late. And I'm going to go and quantize the rest of these. Command-Shift-U is my favorite keyboard shortcut in the world. Boom. I'm actually going to take all these offbeat ones, the ones that are kind of on the up, and I'm going to command right them just a little bit. And bounces a little bit better just like that. So actually going to kind of loop this. Command-J just to cut off the junk at the ends. Go in there and loop it. Drag it out for, let's make a 17. Next thing this beat's going to need is some drums. Give this a Command-Shift-T for a new MIDI track. And we're actually going to be using Impulse from here on out. And I'm going to go down, grab a hip-hop kit. Let's go load this up. I like this kick. I'm actually going to load up two of these. One in the first cell and one in the second cell. That way, when I hit my keyboard, I can do some nice fast stuff like that. It's hard to do that with one key. So let's do the same thing with the snare. That one's nice. Why not? Beauty of this is we don't really have to spend that much time digging for samples. You just find one that works. Get your idea down. Let's load up some closed hats. Definitely going to be using those. First one's always a charm. I'm going to just shorten these a little bit. Actually, just put them on gate mode. That way if you hit it nice and short. Pitch them up a little bit too. Let's go this one too as well. And maybe a nice open hat. Let's actually pick two different ones. I like that one. We're going to switch these to that gate mode too. Boom. That way we can chop it off ourselves. A little loud. I like that one. You can pick two different ones. A little bit more swag that way. Why not? Give them a little panning too. Awesome. So we made ourselves our drum kit. Boom. I'm going to be on the letter G and the letter F for this part. I like that a lot. But highlight the part that I want, Command-J to cut off the junk we don't. That way we make a clean loop. I'm actually going to bump this one up. And then bump this one down. All this needs is just a little quantize. 16th notes sound good to me. And since we have this as just a duplicate, to keep things clean, we're going to bump that up one. So now we got a hat and a snare pattern. Call it hat closed, snare. You can just go in here and get rid of the one you don't need. Since this is our snare, we're going to delete this one. Since this is our hats, we're going to delete this one. And we just separated them out. We can loop them separately.
Do your 808s sound like floppy trash? Are you constantly struggling to fix weak snares that just never cut it? Here at Whole Loops, we can solve your struggle. Introducing Urban Beets Volume 2, the sequel to our blazing hip-hop and R&B drum kit. This time, we've doubled the sauce and created the perfect selection of special snares, poppin' percussions, and 808s so disrespectful, you'll be getting noise complaints in 60 minutes or less guaranteed. Urban Beets 2 is available only at wholeloops.com.
Let's keep building our beat. Next thing we're going to need, actually, we're going to make a duplicate of this because we got a full kit already. We don't need that MIDI. Let's call this one our kick. And then let's do some kicks. Cool. Kind of messed up that last one. Not a problem though. Got some quantize for that. Boom. Let's drag this out. Next thing we need is an 808. Luckily for you, Whole Loops got some real disrespectful ones. I actually just use this one. Got our whole beat made, ready to groove out. We just double click it. This is already in C, so we know that we play that. It's going to give us a C. I'm actually going to do a little bit of envelope on this. Give it a little bit more attack. I kind of like that. Actually, let's hit this instead of clean. I love this one. It makes my day when I hear that. Let's lay in some 808s. Didn't even have to record it. It already did. Let's hear it. Man, I cannot tell you how useful this thing is. I've already used it twice and we're like almost done. Let's loop this, quantize it too. I'm going to actually hit legato on these, full length. Loop it out. Awesome. So let's zoom out a little bit and let's give ourselves a little bit of arrangement. So up here we have our synth, drums. I'm going to give it a little Command G. Drums. I like my drums that color. I like them all that color. I'm just going to shrink these down to save some space. Let's actually put this right here. Just turn down the 808 just a little bit. That way the kick hits ever so slightly harder. All right, and the very last thing we're going to do is duplicate our drum kit one more time. Hit it with some open hats. And that's going to be J and K on my typing keyboard. Let's give this a go. And that's all there is to it. Give it a little delete, Command J, double click and hit that loop. And we're going to quantize these 16ths again. Rename these hi-hats open. You can put them up here. I kind of like to put things in this order. Kick, snare, then your hats and all your other percussions. Really 808 can actually go in a group of its own. So we're going to be processing that one a little bit differently in the end. So now that we've got our important things here, we're just going to do a little bit of an arrangement. I'm going to start with my synth. Maybe have the drums come in. The synth's actually going to stay for the whole time. We're only going to go for 2 minutes because that's all hip-hop tracks are nowadays anyways. So the first thing I'm going to introduce, Actually, in the way we made it felt nice. I kind of like the way it sounded when it started with the... That's the beauty of being spontaneous. You kind of already feel like you know what to do when you get to this arrangement part. And then let's just chop the drums out. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's actually just drag these whole things out for another one. And then we'll do another instrumental. Let's actually just grab this whole thing. Man, major keyboard shortcut. Command-Shift-D. Boom. Just duplicated our whole arrangement. And if you don't like that duplicate, you can hit Command-Shift-Delete, and it deletes all that time. All right, so now that we have the main foundation for our song laid out, we're going to want to maybe differentiate a little bit from the verse and the hook section. And then from there on out, it's really just kind of picking your own sort of ornaments. And by ornaments, I mean like chopping things out, putting a little effect that just happens, maybe once. Little production details that you've kind of maybe been inspired by from other songs. The way you finish it out is really what's going to make this hip-hop beat sound like you, because obviously this is a very general structure, almost a template, so to speak. In fact, I actually use this same kind of session as a template every time I go to start a hip-hop beat. So I hope you guys either found yourself a new template, a new shortcut, maybe a new idea, or a whole new approach on starting hip-hop beats. So thank you so much for watching. I will catch you guys next time with another tutorial. Peace out.